Have you been feeling stuck lately? Even though you're not lazy, uninspired, or confused. If you've been forcing yourself to try harder and it's still not working, this video will explain why. And why pushing more is usually what's actually keeping you stuck. If you're trying to figure out how to get out of this rut, then you do not need more motivation. By the end of this video, I'm going to break down why this kind of rut happens even after you have clarity about what you want, why motivation is not the answer here, and what actually needs to shift so that movement can happen. A lot of women explain this season in their lives as being in a rut. They'll say, I know what I want, but I feel stuck still. I keep pushing, but nothing is changing. I feel stuck even though my life looks okay. And because you're capable, the first conclusion is usually self-blame. But this kind of stuckness is not a character flaw. It's actually information you need. Most people think when you feel stuck in life, you don't know what you want. But that's not true. The stuck I'm talking about happens once you have clarity about what you want, where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to have. You've named a desire, you've chosen a direction, but internally, something has not yet caught up to it. And that's not laziness. That is an alignment gap. This is usually when people say, I need more motivation, I need more content, I need more, I need more, I need more. So they consume more. They hype themselves up more. They promise they'll do better tomorrow. And maybe that works for a moment, but motivation cannot carry identity level change. Motivation can start things, but it cannot sustain transformation. So what's really happening is this. You've mentally chosen a new direction, but internally, you're still believing from an older version of yourself, an older role, an older way of being, an older sense of responsibility. So when you try to move, it feels heavy, it feels overwhelming, it feels like just too much. Then you feel that resistance, that slowness, and then you step back. Not because the goal is wrong, but because who you're becoming hasn't fully settled in yet. This hits women, especially mothers, so much because it shows up because many of us are dependable, reliable, responsible for everyone else. We've spent years leading others, taking care of the house, taking care of the family, taking care of the home. But when it comes to taking care of you, that feels like an uphill battle. That feels like a big wall. That feels like a blockage. So instead of pushing inward, we try harder outward. But forcing something doesn't create that internal shift that we need or the safety we seek. What helps here is not more pressure, not more to-do lists, not more consumption. It's turning inward and building upon self-trust. Let your inner world catch up to the decision you've already made. And to build self-trust requires you to move, take action towards what you want, get that feedback, and through those steps is how you build self-trust. And you continually build it, and you keep building it. It's perpetual. Realizing this is the first step in learning how to change your life permanently. So you're not stuck because you're lazy, uninspired, or confused. You're stuck because you lack self-trust. You already know what you want. That's not the problem. You're clear, decided, and nothing has changed. Your days are full, busy, handled. From the outside, everything looks fine. Inside, something feels incomplete. At night, when it's quiet, the thought comes back. The next step, the direction you already chose. It makes sense. It feels right. So you wonder, why am I still here? At first, you're patient. It's just timing. Life is busy. It'll come. But time keeps passing, and patience turns into questions. Why do you hesitate? Why does it feel so big? You watch other women move forward and quietly wonder, what's wrong with me? Maybe you're procrastinating. Maybe you're not disciplined enough. Maybe you just don't have it. So you push. Rules, deadlines, pressure, but nothing shifts. The resistance stays. Not loud, not dramatic, just steady. You know you're capable. You've done hard things before. But this, it feels different. This isn't obligation. It is an expectation. This move is coming from you. You spent years being reliable, steady, the one they can depend on. You know how to move for others. You don't know yet how to move for yourself. So when you push the same way you always have, something inside you slows it down. Not to stop you, but because this step asks for a different version of you. You aren't afraid. You're unfamiliar. You're stepping toward a life that doesn't match who you've been yet. And instead of recognizing that, you blame yourself. But nothing is wrong. This pause isn't failure. It's transition. The space between who you were and who you're becoming. That space feels quiet, uncomfortable, easily misunderstood. But you aren't stuck. You're adjusting. Your inner world is catching up to a choice you already made. So maybe this moment isn't asking you to push harder. Maybe it's asking you to trust the shift. Because the next step isn't waiting for more effort. It's waiting for alignment. I want you to know you're not behind, you're becoming, and that takes alignment, not pressure. This space is for women who already know what they want and are learning how to trust themselves enough to go and get it. If this sounds like you, subscribe to the channel and stay with me here. And if this resonated, let me know your feedback in the comments. I read everyone. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe today.